So this is a question first for Sir Tom. You said earlier, and I quote, "One cannot assess the reliability and credibility of a witness by reading a piece of paper. You need them in front of you. You need to look them in the eye. Look them in the face, sorry. You need to see their body language to hear their answers." But you decided, and you explained this in paragraph 18 and also in paragraph 22, that you were not going to interview the Home Secretary. And I just wonder why you decided not to look the Home Secretary in the face and just take the written submission from the Home Secretary as opposed to the process you went through with the Mayor.
I didn't think it was necessary because I would get the best evidence from the Mayor, if he consented to talk to me.
Mr. Mayor, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think the reason why your question is relevant is because actually, even in Sir Tom's report, he accepts he's given us a paragraph of the Home Secretary's letter about that January meeting. And that paragraph in the Home Secretary's letter is very different from the conclusion that Sir Tom reaches. It's page 15. The Home Secretary, in a letter to me dated 6th of June, recalled that the Mayor had expressed the view that he had never had more confidence in the foundations of a positive year. Noting specifically the Police Uplift Programme, recruitment in London, the success of Violent Reduction Unit during bringing down crime, and engagement with health and education partners. That meeting was to discuss the performance for the year. And I've said publicly, and I said this the day when Dame Cressida resigned, she had a big role in driving down violent crime. So, to answer your question, Caroline, I said, looking Sir Tom in the eye, that meeting wasn't supreme confidence in her in relation to her job and other issues I'm concerned about. It's in relation to the core issues the Home Sec and I were discussing with Dame Cressida, bringing down violent crime, the work of the VRU. We now have more than 33,000 officers versus 30,000 officers. Had Sir Tom met with the Home Secretary, asked him those questions, she would have confirmed my version of events, even though neither of us are serving or former police officers.
That brings me to my next question, which is for you, Mr. Mayor, which it relates to paragraph 21, where Sir Tom says, "I have also had some regard to the fact that police officers are particularly experienced in the need to recall with accuracy events and discussions subsequently, so as to provide evidence to the criminal standard before the criminal courts." And what I'd like to know is, as a lawyer, are you expected to provide evidence to the criminal standard before criminal courts?
See, I think this paragraph will be seized on by not just community leaders, not just by lawyers, not just by those who want to see police reform and reform how the police are policed, as the mask slipping. Because when I was a criminal lawyer, we would often have clients nervous about having a trial in the magistrate's court, because a magistrate would tend to believe a police officer over almost anything a lay member of the public said. And where it's possible for a defendant to do so, he or she would choose trial by jury, because 12 members of the public will give you a better hearing than a magistrate in their view, because magistrates believed everything police officers said because of the reasons you've alluded to, even when they've been contradicted, not just by my account, the Chief of Staff's account, the Deputy Mayor's account, 30 pages of written documentary evidence, emails, minutes, rebutting the reference to the gist of a report. And before I met Sir Tom, and before I wrote the various letters he refers to in a Stenarian way, I refreshed my memory by using aid memoirs, whether it's minutes, whether it's emails or so forth. I'll give you one example. On many occasions, when I was at a meeting, minutes would be taken. One such occasion was on the 2nd of February 2022. There is only one contemporaneous record of that meeting, that minute. Dame Cressida was there. Deputy Commissioner Steve House wasn't there. I think Assistant Commissioner Helen Ball was there. The Chief of Staff was there. the Deputy Mayor for Police and Crime was there, and I was there. And we have a minute of the meeting. So Tom has chosen not to believe my version of events, the Chief of Staff's version of events, the Deputy Mayor's version of events, the minutes of the meeting. He's chosen to believe the version of events from 2 serving officers.
Thank you. I have no further questions, Chair.